Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the PELE YOETZ, and we're speaking about Emunah, and that without Emunah, it's going to be very difficult for a person to be HaChaim, to keep the Torah. With Emunah, with a trust and a belief in the Rabbi Shalom, and you realize the whole Torah itself is predicated upon Emunah, upon this belief, a person will throw themselves besimcha into the keeping of Torah and the keeping of mitzvahs. And he writes like this: "V'rabim oimrim b'fihem." There are many people who say with their mouths, "She'maminim b'nei maminim." I believe, and I'm the children of believers. Of course, I believe in Hashem. Of course, I believe in His Torah. Aval maseihem mishunim. However, their actions are beg to differ, which means they say they believe. They say, Baruch Hashem, Ken, Todah Lakel, yes, of course, it's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So how come you're being Machal Shabbos? How come you're not eating kosher? How come you're not following what it says in the Shulchan Aruch? It doesn't make any sense. If you really believe in Hashem, and you believe that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world, and He gave us the Torah, and the Torah's emes is true, so then why are your actions mishunim? Why are they different than what you say? And their actions come along, and their actions end up being seiser. They end up canceling out the words that they said. A person says, I believe, Ani Yehudi believe. This is a good line. I am a Jew in my heart. Okay, that's your heart. How about, are you a Jew in your mind? Are you a Jew in your actions? Are you a Jew in your speech? Ani Yehudi believe. That's a good place to start. However, to remain a good, God-fearing Jew in your heart, and to practice or not to practice what it says in the Torah, it is a stira minei ubei. It is a great contradiction. The goal of all of our Emunah, the goal of feeling like a Jew in our heart, is that it expresses itself in our actions. And perhaps this is one of the great gifts that we have coming upon us tonight, Be'ez Hashem, with the Haggadah and the Seder. We all feel throughout the year that we do many things that are not right, and they're wrong, and they're inappropriate behaviors for someone who holds themselves to be a good Jew in their heart. We say that we believe, we say that we trust in Hashem, we say that we think Torah and mitzvahs is supreme, and that's the way that a person should live. Nevertheless, we all know we have our faults, we have our weaknesses. We've all stumbled thousands of times throughout the year, and we don't live like the Jew that we believe that we are inside of our hearts. Comes along the Seder, the Vilna Gaon says that there are 64 mitzvahs that a person can do on the night of the Seder. 64, which means I go out of the world of leiv, of heart, and I become a Jew of lamais, of action. My actions throughout the night of the Seder is everything that I'm doing is because HaKadosh Baruch Hu told me to do this. Hashem has commanded me to do this. This is the way that a Jew expresses the feelings and the emotions and the Emunah that is there inside their heart. So on the night of the Seder, being a Yehudi believe, that's not enough. And therefore HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, let's take you to the next level. Let's bring you up a notch. And that is from the beginning until the end of the Seder, and everything in between is constant observance and mitzvahs and actions that are going to be something that will find favor in the eyes of Hashem. And therefore, says the PELE YOETZ over here, many people claim to believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, claim to be a person of real Emunah, however, their actions are not commensurate with what is coming out of their mouth. On all of this, Hashem will bring a person to judgment. If we went in darkness in this world, which means we said one thing but we did something else, we will be judged upon that. Besides the fact that we did averas, we did sins, that we didn't follow through with Hashem's mitzvahs. Also, says the PELE YOETZ, the fact that you don't follow through with what you claim to be the Emunah that's in your heart is actually a sign that you're mechusvei Emunah, you're lacking Emunah. So besides the fact that you committed sins as a result of not doing the mitzvahs or guarding yourself the way that you should have, you also present yourself before HaKadosh Baruch as someone that is mechusrei Emunah, someone who is really lacking Emunah, lacking faith, and for that there's another punishment. Or let's say a person does believe. They really do believe. However, they're not so careful about going in the right path. Zehu azus panim umetzach isha zayna. This is a person who has great consternation. This is a person of azus panim, of chutzpah, as we would call it, and metzach, his forehead is emboldened and embraced, and he's like an isha zayna, like a woman of ill repute who goes against the wishes and the desires of her husband, and that itself is a shameful disgrace and a shameful way for a person to be looked at. But on the night of the Seder, which is tonight and tomorrow, Be'ez Hashem, Haboyim Aleinu L'Teiva, we not only say that we believe in Hashem, we not only feel that we believe in Hashem, we act as a nation, as people who believe, who show that we have great Emunah in Hashem. Everything we're doing, every lean that we take, every kiddush that we make, every bite of matzah that we eat, and the maror and the salt water, everything, it's all so that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees that we are a nation, we are a people that puts their Emunah into action, and we perform the mitzvahs for the sake of Hashem. That itself is the greatest display of the Emunah that a person has, not only in their heart, not only in their mind, but they bring that Emunah to life in the way that we act and we behave and we serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Achar kosher v'sameach may be an elevating and inspiring Yom Tov for all of us, in which we become the Avdei Hashem, the servants of Hashem, filled with real Emunah and Bitachon, exactly the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu desires. Have a wonderful day.